Welcome, Geminis. This is your August 2025 monthly forecast. You can see the transits listed. The new moon in Virgo is where we're going to focus. That's on August 22nd, highlighting your career and finances. So clearly invites you to refine your daily routines with spiritual intention. So begin a sunrise ritual. That could be journaling or prayer or anything else that aligns with you, and that will help you to align with your soul values. Let's see what else we have going on for you, Gemini, this month. All right, so we have the Four of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Devil. Okay, all right. So you may have a little bit of the past creeping in here, or it could be some things that you know that you need to kind of work toward shifting and adjusting to a higher frequency and maybe letting some things go. Or this could be individuals as well. Or it could be some thought patterns, beliefs that you do have. But there's definitely something here that seems to prohibit you or distract you from making progress in some way. And so that is going to come to the forefront here this month. So you may be dealing with that. This is also giving the opportunity to bring clarity to you. So you are able to truly see these distractions for what they are. And you can decide what it is that you want to do, how you want to deal with them, what type of steps you want to take toward letting go of any energy, any individuals, any blocks, any fears, doubts, or just anything that's not really serving you or not helping you to progress and to make forward movement. This is also really an opportunity for you to, as you let these things go, not stay in that energy and really work on your mood, your emotions, your health, and your thoughts here so that you can stay in a higher frequency. And also it's the need for you to recognize that anything that is going away is doing that so it can open the door and open new chapters or open new beginnings or allow for other blessings that are more aligned with your authentic self and who you are to come into your life, basically. And so since we are looking more towards the career and finances here, so these things may have to do with like overspending, like a lot of DoorDash or something I'm seeing, but definitely could be overspending in some way, or you not paying as much attention to your finances and just needing to look at your budget here, and just it may not even be like specific overspending, like taking trips or buying bags or whatever. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up here, but it doesn't have to be something in particular. It could be like you just have more bills coming in, or there's just a misalignment like with your bill situation or something. So it's not, I'm just saying that to say that, this doesn't have to be something you're doing on purpose. This just may be something that comes up that you've dealt with before. So it's sort of like rearing its little head again here for you. So let's see what else. Oh, okay. So we have bad investments. So it could also be just a little bit of a setback in some way with investments, or with any partnerships or projects that you may be working on as well. We have stolen ideas, so be careful who you trust. So that's a very specific message for someone. So if you are working on projects, or you are working on a business venture or a business idea that you have, you do want to be mindful of who you share that information with, because, if you're looking at something that's very innovative and very new, which you would tend to do as a Gemini, then you will want to make sure that things are trademarked or have copyrights, things like that. So you definitely want to look into that and just be mindful of like who you share your gifts with and your talents at this time, until you're ready, until you have a solid foundation in place to ensure that, no one's going to, just take your ideas and not give you credit and just run with them. So I want to see what else we have here. So we have helper. So I'm hearing soul family coming into play here, and it could be helping you with understanding how to copyright, what is the process, or how to trademark. So it could be something to that effect. It could be someone who has a greater knowledge of investments. like a coach or mentor, like a career coach I'm also seeing. So definitely there are individuals around you that can provide you with support. And if you're not looking to like spend money on any of those types of things like a coach or a financial planner or anything like that, then it could be just your soul family, the community that you're in or communities that you join that have those particular interests that you have. And then again, it can also be like a mentor or someone close to you that is a part of your tribe here. And we also have beauty here. So there may be some gifts or talents that you do have, like being a barber or a cosmetologist or a nail technician, some abilities that you do have, or a makeup artist as well. So there's something with the beauty here that you may want to consider if that's a side hustle for you or a way that you can sort of recoup or get a little bit of return on, you know, some monies that you have put out, and just addressing that setback here, looking for other sources of income. So it may have to do with beauty in some way. So I know I was talking all around in circles, but basically I think you got my point there. Okay, so let's look at any challenges that may come your way here. All right, so utilizing your gifts and talents. So we see that you do have gifts and talents here that you can explore and expand upon. And you may find yourself in a little bit of a struggle with really pulling things together, or really solidifying that idea, or visioning that idea, or the desires that you do have, and sort of putting that out into the universe. So you may struggle with, finding your magic a little bit. What else? We do have the 5 of Cups here as well. So we do see here. So at least, all right. So we have a need for you to be appreciative and grateful for what you have at this time. So even at times where you may have a setback here, or you may find yourself at a loss, or you may find that, your budget's not aligned for this month, there's still opportunity to be grateful and appreciative for what you do have at this time. And then again, if you're finding that, okay, I need to readjust my finances, my budget, so I can be more financially secure, and you find that you need to let go of some things, then just know that it's for a purpose, and that does present opportunity for you to say, like, and I always use this example because I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but so like if you have 7 streaming services that you're paying for, and you're looking to cut that down a significant amount, it may be just doing like 3 or 4, or what have you, or even taking 1 or 2 off. That's still money that you can save. And you may find that you'll incorporate reading or writing or journaling, or any other type of art, or again any gift or talent that you do have. You may find yourself exploring past life regressions, or just any other practices, or things that you do enjoy, that gives you the opportunity to spend more time on those things, or spend more time with the people that you do love. So you see how you can view that as an opportunity for you. Okay, what else? So we also have Judgment here, and you may be feeling judged by others, or you may be judging your situation. So if you're in a partnership and you're looking at your finances here, you may be judging your partner, or just coming down hard on yourself because you did, you weren't able to make your budget this month, or you did lose some money here at a certain point, or you did have a different type of setback here, but it is going to be really important, and we'll get messages here of support for you, but it's going to be really important to really view these situations in a particular way where you can get the most out of them, the most benefit from them, as opposed to just viewing them as and defining them even as negative, and beating yourself up, or really coming down down hard on yourself because you may have had a little bit of a mishap there. And I'm not even calling it a mistake, because it's life and you are living life, and you're allowed to have those moments where you're like, oh, well, you know what, that wasn't the best idea, or I didn't research that investment that well before I went for it, or I didn't, look at that stock in detail before I bought it. And, now I have to deal with a little bit of a loss here. So no judgments on yourself. You're living, you're growing, and you're learning. All right, so let's look at underlying here. What do we have? Try to keep this in the camera here. All right, so we do have the King of Wands here. All right, so you may be just a little unsure about, this may shake your confidence a little bit here. So you may want to really focus on your gifts and your talents here, and those any affirmations that you can say to yourself, and really pay attention to your thoughts and your thinking at this time, because again, I am getting a really strong indication that you're really blaming yourself, or it could be someone else in your vicinity, your partner or what have you, as opposed to focusing on salvaging what you can and the lessons that you've learned from that, and exploring any opportunities that come to you as a result of what you learned here. And then also leveraging what you learned as you're making decisions and deciding on what your next steps are. So let's look at your beliefs here. We have the Ten of Swords. So you do want to release any burdens here that you're feeling, any pain, like any negativity, any energy that's coming that's keeping you sort of in this place of feeling stuck or stagnant. Because when you do have like these types of things happen where like you've been making money in the stock market and you've been doing really well, and then you have sort of like a loss here, and it could be of any size, but if you kind of come into an issue here where you do have a loss, then that may shake your confidence. That may make you feel like, well, I was doing this and it was working so well, and I don't understand why this happened, or this was very unexpected. You may have a little bit of that, may bring about some subconscious beliefs that you do have that you do want to address, so that you are clear on like what the thing is that you are to be learning, so that you can go ahead and move on, as opposed to sort of like keeping yourself in that negative energy, or that negative space where you're very much focused on the past and what you lost. And I do see that you do want to release that, and you do want to allow yourself the opportunity here to heal. And I'm also going to say, I'm going to switch gears a little bit here, still with the career and finances, but in your working environment, there may also have been some things that have happened or occurred, or you may suffered some particular loss in that respect as well. So, I mean, you can apply this to any area here that resonates with you, but I am seeing as a vision here the career or working environment. But this is really offering you an opportunity to heal. So again, it's really how you're framing the situation, how you're viewing it. And I would also say to definitely take those moments to take some deep breaths and think things through before you're responding, or before you think of your next steps here. So even if there is this sort of separation that's happening here, you will want to take time to allow yourself to process things and to feel how you want to feel, but then feel how you want to feel, right? In a more positive way. Okay, so allow yourself that healing that you deserve, so that you are getting back to your authentic self, into a place where you feel whole and complete, and like you are providing a service and being of support to the collective in a positive way. So I know that, that can be devastating if you get laid off, or, things just don't work out. And, you may have some trauma there that needs to be processed, or you need to figure out like what it is that this particular experience is teaching you. But just allow yourself that healing process. So let's see externally here. So we do have the Page of Love, so Cups. So you definitely have love coming towards you, and I feel like and I'm saying like love because that is what immediately came to me. So if you are applying this to love, then it is here. But if in the sense of your financials, I feel like this is opportunity here that's going to come to you in the form of blessings and abundance and prosperity. So this is not over. This is just temporary here, this experience that you may be having. And I'm seeing like if you're applying this to your career, then you're going to find the career for you. You are going to connect with your calling here. So that may be something that as part of this healing process that you continue to trust in to allow yourself to heal. This could also be a new role, a new job, a new opportunity to lead in some way. This can also be an opportunity to partner or collaborate with someone where you are able to utilize your intelligence, your skills, your abilities, your the way that you're able to sort of quickly adapt and be flexible and be open in situations. So that all of that part of your gifts and talents, all of that is going to come into play here. So I actually meant to point at the magician here with those gifts and talents here. So you're definitely going to be in a position and doing work that inspires you and that you love. So this is really you following your heart towards that place. And there's things that are happening here that are supporting that process here. That is why it's so important how you look at things that go away. So let's look here. Yeah, so there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of ideas, blessings, and opportunities that are going to come to you, because I was still looking at externally here, so that is just more confirmation. And I feel like the message here is to really have hope and to really focus in on your talents and your abilities. And for some of you, you may even decide that you do want to go and get another license or another certification or another degree. You may be considering getting more education in some way. So if that is something that you are inspired to do, or you've been thinking about that could definitely be a part of this process where, you are finding yourself in a predicament where, like maybe you've lost your job, or you've left your job, or you just find that, okay, the finances are just not where they need to be. I need to find additional sources of income. So whatever, however it would resonate for you, there's definitely opportunity out there. So you are being guided to keep the hope, keep the faith, and trust in you, what you believe in. We have 7 of Swords here for your guidance. Okay. And you are guided here to work on your plan. Like, think about your next steps and visualize what it is that you're desiring, because it's not about like just visualizing it or just, quote, manifesting it. You're manifesting every second of every day anyway. But this is really about you taking inspired action toward those things that you're looking to manifest, or those things that you're desiring, your dreams, your goals, your ambitions. This is about taking inspired action towards that. And you may need to come up with some sort of idea here. Like we talked about earlier, you may be deciding that, you need more education in a particular area if you want to pursue that. So really think through what your next steps are and devise some sort of action plan for yourself that you feel inspired by and that makes you feel passionate and you feel is going to make you be fulfilled here at the end of the day, essentially. So you're being guided to really focus in on that area, as well as your healing process. So don't forget your healing process here. And that's why also you're being guided to jot down some things you love, to create a draft plan of, those things that are going to fulfill you, so you can begin to take inspired action towards them. what else do we have? So we have the Eight of Cups, and we do see you walking towards what fulfills you. So that is a wonderful confirmation of that. So we see you planning, we see you healing, we see you opening yourself up to be flexible, to be adaptable, to connect more with your gifts and talents and abilities, and making a plan for what it is that you're desiring. And it doesn't have to be a very detailed plan, because as you take action, it's likely going to adjust and change. And that's the way it should work, because you're testing it out. You're trying things and you're deciding like, okay, this is for me, or, oh, I tried that, I'm not really liking that, I may go down this avenue. So you're adjusting the plan as you go, and it is leading you toward success, victory, fulfillment, and joy. What else? So we have the 10 of coins here. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, so this is success, right? But this is after your journey here, and this is you needing to stay positive and stay focused on your goals and your dreams along the way. So as you encounter these setbacks, reframing the situation to find what it is out of that, the lessons that you needed to learn here, so you can shift and adjust, become more and more of your authentic self here in the process, and that leading you to victory and fulfillment. Wonderful. All right. And it's also good to know that whatever happens here, you are going to come out on top. True love will find you in the end. Love of what your calling is, what you were meant to do, what you came here to do. You are going to make mistakes, and it's okay. Sometimes you learn by messing up. I love that, because we spoke to that a little earlier here, and how you can just evaluate the situation. Don't spend too much time there. Extract out what you needed to learn from that, and then use that information as data as you decide what your next steps are. What else? So we have you coming out of hiding and embracing who you really are. So this is reminding me of that magician there, because it's like you have so many gifts and talents and abilities. So it is time for you to explore that more. Like, what ignites your passions? What do you feel excited about? And then we also have remembrance. Wonderful, because I feel like this is all leading you back to who you are. And again, anything that is going away from you is doing so because it's not helpful to you. And it's distracting you from making progress. And it's also allowing the opportunity for better, more abundance, more blessings to come to you. All right, Geminis. That is what I have for you for this month. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great month.